Joined by Director of Player Personnel Andy Frank on GoPCSports.com to talk a little about the process that leads up to signing day. Andy, I'm sure you and your staff put in a ton of hours between December and signing day. Generally speaking, that period of time, what's on the to-do list first? How do you prioritize what you need to get done to get to signing day?
You know, initially you start out and you're in December, you hit the contact period, you know, the coaches are going out on the road. We basically start our recruiting with where Coach Franklin's going. Who does he need to see right away out the gate? We kind of plan his schedule, and from there we're going to decide where the assistant coaches are going to go off of where he's going.
So generally speaking with Coach Franklin, where might he go in a particular day? What's his travel like?
You know, some days he may be in one town, the next day he could be in 3 or 4, all on the same day, doing home visits. The big thing for him at this time of year, December and January, is he's going to the kids' homes, the kids that are either committed to you or the kids you're trying to get to commit to you that are seniors. He may spend time during the day going to different schools, but the big thing is getting in those homes at night, sometimes in the morning, sometimes in the afternoon, talking to the families, talking to the parents, and trying to, you know, continue to cement those relationships, and then also hopefully get new kids on board.
In terms of the number of hours for the assistants, what's a typical day like for them? When are they waking up? How is their day kind of structured?
You know, the weekends, you may have an official visit, so you have your official visit. You do a lot of your planning in between on official visits. It may be a morning meeting. It may be a middle of the day meeting where your kids are in their hotel room sleeping. They leave out typically on a Sunday night. They're not going to get back until the next weekend. Their day, typically, hey, you know, they're going to wake up at between 5 and 6, and they're going to hit their first school somewhere around 7:30 typically, and they're going to be up until midnight typically at the early end.
I'm sure on paper you can have a list of places and areas they need to go, but I'm sure it changes all the time. How do you keep everything straight in terms of where they need to be, and how much does it change?
It changes more than probably anybody could ever imagine. You'd love to think it was almost day by day, but sometimes it's hour by hour and even minute by minute. You know, coaches will board planes and they're booking hotels as they're getting on planes and cars for when they're landing, because they may have not have known where they were going, you know, even 2-3 hours earlier.
How do you keep it all straight?
Well, you kind of log back into the home base and tell, you know, our office, you know, where you're going, what you're going to do, and you try and do your best to know where everybody's going and make sure they're going the places that they need to be going.
When you get to signing day and guys start sending their official letters in when they've signed, how gratifying is it for not only you but the rest of the staff that process has kind of come full circle and you're getting to the spot that you wanted to get to?
It's exciting. You know, you see it and it's finally official. You know, it's finally there, and you know, all the work you put in, it's become real. And that kid's now, he's going to be a Penn State, you know, football player, and hopefully going to help you on the field and be a great kid for you in the classroom.
When you think about how much goes into the logistics side of things and getting guys where they need to go, where do you feel like the most challenging aspect of that is for your staff? What is the most difficult part of that?
You know, it's getting the very most out of it you can, and so you're always analyzing. And I kind of, you know, said earlier, you know, an hour, 2 hours before, something may come up. A kid may commit to you, and it may change your plan somewhere else. A kid may commit somewhere else that you didn't think he was going to commit to, and now you're looking for something different. So it's a matter of, you know, getting every ounce out of it that you possibly can, and we do everything we can to get that. And so you're always constantly evaluating and constantly changing to what you think is going to give you the best bang for your buck.
Finally, a big piece of that is obviously the geography of the area, but how critical is it and how nice is it that Penn State, in terms of the 350-mile radius, there is so much talent in this region? How much does that help you?
Our location is very good for us when it comes to recruiting. When you look from Pittsburgh going east, you know, up north and even down south a little ways, we're the premier program in this area, and I think that gives us a pretty good stronghold. That's a huge population and a lot of really good football players. So within, you know, that 3 to 5 hour radius, there's a lot of kids that can get here all the time and can come visit us, and hopefully we can convince them this is the place for them.
Andy, congratulations on another tremendous signing class. We really appreciate your time.
Thank you.